Okay, so I did this whole vlog and I realized it was aiming not at my face. So, trying this again. But if you clicked on this link, you're most likely either looking for advice on solo travel or advice on Florence. All of that I hope I can help you with. I did my first solo travel this last October and it was awesome. I would totally recommend it to anybody. I would love to be able to do another one soon. Vacation time, such a problem to get, you know? Anyway, gotta work to pay for these trips, I tell you. I want to first start off by talking about Airbnb. That is what I used to book my stay, and there's a reason why I did that. I know that I was traveling alone, and you know, what if something happened to me when I was out? I mean, is a hotel really gonna know, like, oh, she hasn't been around for a while, you know? I just thought that if I stayed with somebody, that there would be more accountability and someone who would miss me, I guess. So I actually stayed at this place in Florence. Her name was Christina. She was awesome, such an amazing host, and I think she'll end up being a long lifetime friend as well. And originally I wanted to do this on location on my trip, but it posed a problem for many reasons. But so now I'm doing it in my backyard, and I think someone's doing garden work. So hopefully they'll be finished with that soon and that you can still hear me. So, I was talking about Airbnb. So, yes, she ended up being amazing. I got there, she had a whole plate like of cheese and grapes and a glass of wine, and she took me to a rooftop terrace. It was just more than I could ask for. That being said though, if you are American and you're used to certain things like elevators, standing showers, big fluffy towels, you may not get that, and that is okay, because you know what, you're in another country, you're there to learn the culture, you're there to experience how other people live, and you need to embrace that and be open and to the hospitality and the warmth that's around you is just amazing. The other thing I would suggest too with Airbnb is if you've never been on Airbnb before and it's your first time, I would definitely suggest booking with a super host, and that's basically somebody who's been rated very high by either guest standards or even Airbnb standards. And I think you would be a lot safer your first time if you did that. You might have a more pleasant experience if you did that. Not to say that people who aren't super hosts aren't good, but if it's your first time, it might just take an ease off a little bit. Location was awesome where I stayed. I was right near the Mercantile in Florence, and it was great because I was right near a train station. I was near where all the tours that I booked where meeting points were. And about the tours, I used Viator. I'm really not quite 100% sure how to pronounce it properly. I don't pronounce a lot of things properly. I think I need to learn how to do that better anyway. But I got the app for that, and I was able to book a lot of my tours through there. A cooking class that was awesome, and I booked a Dan Brown trip through them, which was amazing. It was all based on his latest book, Inferno. Definitely do the full day one if you're going to do that one. The only suggestion that I would give you on booking these tours, if you're going to book them in advance, is that my flight came a day late, and I tried calling in 24 hours in advance because I got my flight from Amsterdam to Florence got canceled, and I had to wait till the next morning to go in, and I got diverted to Rome, and it was a mess. Anyway, I came in 48 hours later, and missing my first tour, and I tried calling, 48 hours in advance, and it wasn't long enough. I had to apparently in order to get a full refund, you had to call like 3 days in advance, and I didn't know that at that time that, you know, I wasn't gonna have a flight. So so my next pointer would be to get travel insurance. Very important. Because I had a travel insurance, I was able to get refunded that loss. And what else is there to do? There's just so much. So I did quite a few tours with Viatar. Some were good, some were okay. What I found amazing about a lot of these tour guides is they not only knew 2 languages, they knew like sometimes 4 languages, which I thought was quite impressive because I can barely speak my own sometimes. Okay, so now I want to talk about cameras. It's a really important thing to have when you travel because you want to capture those memories and keep them forever, and videos of your trips and stuff as well. So I have a big SLR because I love doing photography. That's one of my things. And so I brought my Nikon 300, which is an awesome camera, but I probably used it once my whole trip. And that's because it's so bulky and cumbersome, and it's not convenient for me. Maybe I'm a lazy photographer, I'm not sure, but I'm sad to say that I use my iPhone more frequently for pictures, which I got some great shots with it for Instagram type stuff, but when I went to go blow them up when I got home, they weren't that great, blown up very big. So, but I also brought my Sony RX100 version 3. I think there's 5 now, I'm not positive. And that's a good camera. It's very small it's in between a point and shoot and SLR, and it's handy. It doesn't take a lot of knowledge to be able to use it. It gets you good quality shots. It's convenient. The price tag's a little hefty. I think it probably runs around probably $600 or $700 right now. But I believe it's worth it. If you want good pictures, I'm getting burnt. That's why I have to move a little bit. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm a little white. So, so anyway, and then it also has a video capability, which you're watching right now. So I think it's great because it's like you have an all-in-one, and it's my recommendation. If you're somebody who really wants an SLR, I don't have it yet, but I am looking into and doing research on the mirrorless cameras right now and trying to decide maybe which one I want of those, because they are still SLRs. You still can interchange the lenses, but they're about a fraction of the size of a regular digital SLR. But definitely thinking about what camera you bring is important as well. Okay, so now I want to talk about safety, especially if you're a solo traveler. And I think being smart, even if you're in your own neighborhood, is even important, but especially if you're in a place you don't know. And some of the measures I took was to get the international plan on my cell phone. I have AT&T, and the plan I got cost me $60, and it was just kind of nice not to have the stress and worry about possible overages if I wanted to do Instagram or search the web or whatever. But I allowed me, and I got this app called Ulmon, U-L-M-O-N, and it was City Maps to Go, and I had it at Florence. And what was so cool for me with that app is not only does it have landmarks on it and suggestions, but it has all the little side streets and a little arrow thing, so it can tell you if you're like, I start walking and I start walking in the wrong direction. I'm like, oh, I'm going the wrong way, so I can go this way. And I tell you, I never got lost, never, because that app was like my right hand. I mean, I relied on it so much, and it's nice because when you're just a girl going off by yourself, it can be a little intimidating at times. And having that app gave me a little bit of confidence in my step when I walked, that I knew what I was doing and knew where I was going, and I really appreciate that one. So that app is by Ulmon, U-L-M-O-N, and it's called City Maps to Go, and they've got like maps of so many cities now. It's just a really good good app to have. Packing, I would pack as light as you possibly can. I took one 24-inch suitcase, hard shell, and then I had a backpack. And I probably packed about 5 outfits for 2 weeks. And within that time, I think I did laundry two times. And so I just found a laundromat nearby. I actually enjoyed myself. Sometimes I brought some detergent with me, which was easier than buying it there. I just bought like the little travel detergents and stuff. Yeah, and I just planned it out. And then especially not only just packing light, but also packing room, meaning leaving room for purchases you might buy. I've gotten to the point where I don't really buy too many big items anymore, or even small items for that matter, just because for me it's one of the experiences and the pictures and stuff. But that being said, when I was in Florence, I did buy myself a leather jacket. Okay, maybe 2. But I really wanted to make sure that I was getting quality leather from quality Florentine sellers, you know, and there's so many people selling leather there. Some of them are pushy, and I really wanted to find people that were genuine and that their product was genuine. And I'll flash up some recommendations at this point of where I got my leather jackets from and some pictures. But that was really important for me to have something authentic, and just the whole experience. One of the places, Lapel, that I got my jacket from, they even got me a cappuccino, and I stayed and had a cappuccino with them, which was really awesome. There's just so much to do and so much to see. I went to all sorts of cities. I went to Cortona, Assisi, Siena, San Gimignano, Lucca, Pisa. And let me tell you, those pictures of Pisa, they really don't do it justice. I mean, it is crazy how much that building really does lean. I mean, yeah. I mean, you go into a place where you know that you're going to go see a leaning building. But for some reason, it is still shocking even when you're there. The Cinque Terre, I don't know if I talked about that one before when I was talking about Viator, but my tour guides, Freddie and Johnny, were so awesome. They had great energy. And Mario from the Dan Brown tour, Inferno tour in Florence, also amazing passion and energy for what he does as well. So the best I can say now is I'm going to show you some videos and pictures of my travels, and I hope you enjoy all of this. If you have any questions about anything that I talked about, or want to know some more information more in depth, please feel free to write. And if you also want to check out my website, I sell some of my travel photos on marble coasters. And that website is www.cartepostalco.com. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of my vlog.
I took myself out walking. By the evening I was running. I hadn't done this for a long while. My friends said cheer up, it was high time. But can't you see I'm lovesick? I need a cure, so bring it real quick. This time I'm fearing heartbreak. Look at the time, it's almost daybreak. Oh, I don't wanna settle down. I don't wanna leave this town. I'm feeling lost and found. piece apart, but pills plus must tear us apart. I took myself out walking. By the evening I was running. I hadn't done this for a long while. My friend said cheer up, it was high time. Oh, can't you see I'm lovesick? I need a cure, so bring it real quick. This time I'm fearing heartbreak. Look at the time, it's almost daybreak. Oh, I don't wanna settle down. I don't wanna leave this town. I'm feeling lost and found. Am I wild, 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 wild? Am I wild, 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 wild? Aren't we wild, 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 wild?
so surprised. Let me explain a little bit. Pizza and pasta come from China. Along the Silk Road, follow this path and come to Europe. Pizza especially was a kind of primal food 6,000 years ago in ancestral plants. So very old. Maybe later if you have some time I'll tell you about the fantastic journey of pizza and pasta.